All right, this is the lesson on adding and subtracting rational expressions. So let's first recall, what do you need in order to add or subtract fractions? Because fractions are the foundation of rational expressions. So you definitely would need the same denominator. And if you don't have the same denominator, you have to determine what the LCD is, the least common denominator, in order to combine the numerator. So first thing, you need the same denominator. So that involves finding the LCD. All right, so let's get started with the first problem, and I call this level 1 because notice that number 1, the denominators are already alike. So if the denominators are already alike, just like this over here on the right, if your denominators are already alike, you don't add or subtract the denominators. You just write the denominator down, right? You just write it back over. So for number 1, and our denominator will be x, but you are combining the numerator. So 3 plus 9 is 12. And we cannot simplify 12 over x, so we move on. The next problem is 5x over 18 plus 7x over 18. Same denominator again, but we're going to combine the numerator. So 5x plus 7x is 12x. Then you determine if you can reduce that. Does 12 and 18 have something in common? Well, definitely 6 can go into both 12 and 18. 6 divides into 12 2 times, and 6 divides into 18 3 times. So our final answer here is 2x over 3. And 2/3 x off to the side means the same thing. Just want to make sure you understand that 2x divided by 3 is the same thing as 2/3 times x. All right, number 3, definitely the same denominator. So we're going to write that down, n minus 1. Now with the n squared minus 1, they are not like terms, so you can't combine n squared minus 1. But we can put them n squared minus 1 in the numerator. Can we simplify n squared minus 1 over n minus 1? This is where you use your knowledge of the simplifying rational expressions here, because you can simplify n squared minus 1 over n minus 1 because n squared minus 1 is factorable, and it factors to n plus 1 times n minus 1. And because of that, one of its factors cancels out with the factor in the denominator, leaving us with the simplified answer of n plus 1. Number 4, same denominator again. So x plus 1 divided by x squared minus 1. Now can we simplify that again? If you can factor, make sure that you factor to determine whether you can simplify the expression further. And you can here because n plus 1 divided into n plus 1 is 1. So what is the final answer here? If you said 1 over x minus 1, then you are right. Moving on to number 5, I always try to remind you that when you're dealing with subtraction, please be on high alert, okay? When you are subtracting, please be on high alert. So what we're going to do is, as a precaution, you could put a parenthesis around this so you'll know that you need to distribute your negative sign here. Okay, so we definitely have x plus 4 in the denominator, but we have x squared minus 4x minus 28 plus x in the numerator. Then what we can do is we can put our like terms together. We have negative 4x plus x. So it's best to write polynomials in descending order. So you have x squared minus 3x minus 28 over x plus 4. Then that trinomial is factorable, so always factor it to determine whether it will cancel out with anything in the denominator. So we need factors of negative 28 that add to negative 3, possibly 7 and 4, right? If we can get the signs to work out. And I'm going to say negative 7 plus 4 because we need to take the sign of the higher number, and 7 is the higher number. Then we see that x plus 4's cancel, and our answer is x minus 7. Next, we have the same denominator again. So I'm going to rewrite the denominator, but again, make sure you put something to indicate that you do have to distribute that negative. So we have 3x minus 1 minus 2x minus 3 because of that negative. Then 3x minus 2x is x. Negative 1 minus 3 is minus 4 over, then we have a trinomial. So x and x, factors of 4 that add up to negative 5 would be negative 1 and negative 4. Notice that will cancel out with the numerator. So our answer is 1 over x minus 1. Alright, so continue unto the next video where I will explain what you need to do if your denominators are different.